don't think you can. Happy New Year, Run Junkies! 2018 was awesome! This is the time when we look back at what we did or maybe did not achieve in the last year and look ahead to rededicate ourselves to our goals in the coming year. Some people call them resolutions. I do not. Welcome to what we like to call the dreaming season. So let's do a little bit of dreaming, shall we? Today, I'd like to talk about how to set your running goals and achieve them in the coming year. Goal setting can be kind of tricky, can't it? I mean, what are we really doing? What are we saying? Well, we're making a promise to ourselves to accomplish something or achieve something. Perhaps it's running 100 miles every month, or losing 10 pounds, or finishing your first half marathon, or qualifying for Boston. I like to look at goal setting as if you were looking at your goals from 10,000 feet. If you're looking down, you see a big picture. You see a long plan, and instead of the day-to-day minutia of how you're going to achieve that. Now, the goals I mentioned all have some kind of number attached to them, right? That's a goal. That might have some kind of undetermined timeline. It might not have a time frame attached to it. But then we as runners like to have those target races on the calendar, those specific races circled in red, that goal toward which, the target toward which we are shooting. Those targets have something far more specific and measurable. So for example, you might say, I want to run a sub 2-hour half marathon at Star Wars Marathon weekend. Or maybe your goal is to finish your first marathon in London. These are specific, measurable goals set by you guys. You guys know who you are. These goals are much more specific, aren't they? They have a time goal or a mileage goal and a firm date attached to it with the intent of fulfilling that goal. They are very deliberate, intentional, and specific. So when we set goals for ourselves, Coach Carrie Barrett from Training Peaks mentions that our goals need to be SMART. These goals should be specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. So instead of saying something like, I'm going to lose weight this year, we want to be a bit more specific and measurable about that. So a SMART goal sounds more like this. I'm going to lose 10 pounds by March 1st. It is specific, it is attainable, and it's time-bound. Okay, great. We are specific, and it has a measurable number. It is attainable, it's doable in the timeline that we've set for ourselves. Here's another example. Instead of saying something like, I would like to start running in 2019. Yes, that's fantastic, but let's be more specific about it. Maybe we say something like, I am going to run my first 5K in 8 weeks. Again, it's specific, it's measurable, it's completely doable, and it has a time frame. Now, there's one thing I haven't been talking much about, and that is the relevance. This is where we really start getting invested in our goals. The relevant piece of that SMART goal setting is, how bad do you want it? There is no point in setting a goal if you don't have the passion and the drive and the enthusiasm to go after it. You will not stay invested in achieving that goal. Make sure those goals are yours and not someone else's, something that you are going to invest in. The next thing, and this is probably the most important, is to write these goals down. Everything I just said, write it all down. Take those SMART goals and not only write down the goal itself, that specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time-bound goal, but also specific actions that you need to take to achieve that goal. Brainstorm it, write it all down, just freeform it. Everything you can think of that will help you achieve that goal, and maybe even think of what the barriers to achieving that goal would be. Write those down. How are you going to problem solve it? How are you going to get around or cope with those barriers to achieving your goal? Then I think this is the most fun part. This is where the dreaming comes in, right? You can ask yourself, how is it going to feel when I achieve that goal? What's it gonna look like? How is it going to impact me? How is it going to impact the people around me? When you achieve that goal, what can you say about yourself? Ask yourself, why is this goal important to you? And write it all down. The bottom line is this. This isn't about resolutions. This is about setting a goal, giving yourself something, giving yourself a direction to move toward on your journey, not just kind of exist. It gives you purpose. And you can do this any day of the year. Whether your goals are big or small, will take a month or several years. What matters is that they ignite a passion in you. So happy New Year, and I hope you find your awesome, whatever that looks like. Before I go today, I am digging into the coaching side of things a little bit more, and I am taking on new clients. So if you would like some help along your personal journey to reaching your goals, please feel free to reach out either in the comments or any of the social media links in the description below. Also, I am headed to Walt Disney World Marathon weekend next week. I will be participating in the half marathon, and yes, there will be a meetup between Joyful Miles, Brez Runs, Kimberly Estabrook. We're all gonna be there on the boardwalk, 3:30 to 5 p.m. on Friday, January 11th, right across from Ample Hills Creamery. If weather is less than desirable and we have to make changes, we will let you guys know that in these social media links. All of those are in the description below. My question for you today is this: what goals have you set for yourself in 2019, and what do you think it's gonna take to achieve those goals? Please leave thoughts, questions, comments, and suggestions in the comment section down below. As always, give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe. More great stuff, amazing year coming up. It was already a fantastic 2018. 2019 is gonna be even better. I don't know how, we're gonna make it better. That's it for me today, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Go find your awesome and happy new year.